I look at the free agent market right now and see a situation that leaves me somewhere between anticipation and frustration. Eugenio Suárez remains available, and that should make any Mariners fan reflect on what we lost when he left Seattle. 49 home runs last season is no small thing. 36 with Arizona, 13 after he came back to us in August. And now here we are, watching his name circulate among 5 different teams, including ours. The question is simple, but carries enormous weight. Do we need him back or not? Because the hole left at third base hasn't resolved itself. I know there's optimism around Colt Emerson, and I'm not here to diminish the kid's talent. But the reality is that Emerson naturally plays shortstop, and moving him to third base requires time and adaptation. While that's happening, the team needs to compete now, not 2 years from now. The Red Sox appear in this race, and that doesn't surprise me. They lost Alex Bregman, tried for Bo Bichette, and it didn't work out. The logic of putting Suárez at third base and moving Marcelo Mayer to second makes strategic sense. Boston has financial resources and willingness to spend, which puts pressure on our organization. The Tigers are also in the hunt. Detroit wanted Bregman, didn't get him, and now seeks alternatives. Suárez already wore their uniform, knows the organization. Cincinnati is another name on the list with a strong emotional connection, and the Reds' offense really needs someone who produces home runs. Looking at their numbers from last season, it's evident they lack long-range production, something Suárez would solve quickly, and the Pirates. Pittsburgh drew attention at the start of the offseason with moves indicating a change in posture. If they can land Suárez, it would be a clear statement that they're taking the attempt to compete seriously. Now, back to our side of the story. Seattle needs to face reality head-on. We have one of the best pitching rotations in the league. But what good are dominant pitchers if we can't score enough runs to sustain victories? That's the chronic problem that's been haunting us for years. Suárez, even with irregularities, represents exactly the type of player who can change games with a single swing. 49 home runs don't lie. That kind of production transforms a mediocre lineup into something respectable. I understand the financial arguments, but what's the alternative plan? Trust that Emerson will handle third base immediately. Wait for someone in the minor system to come up and solve the problem. That's not a strategy for a team that wants to compete now. That's hope disguised as planning. The market is moving, and the more time passes without movement, the more the competition intensifies. If the Red Sox decide to go after Suárez, they have financial advantage. If Detroit wants to make a bold move, they have emotional capital from the previous history. If Cincinnati wants the prodigal son's return, they have the sentimental narrative. And us, what do we have besides a hole at third base and the memory that he was here and made a difference? The reality is that someone will be happy and several will be frustrated when this saga ends. If we're the happy ones, we'll gain a proven hitter who knows the system. If we're among the frustrated, we'll have to explain why we let him go. And that explanation will need to be very good. So here's the question. Do you think we should go all in on Suárez or prefer to bet on internal alternatives? I want to know your honest opinion. Leave in the comments what you think about this. Let's talk.